The Veteran Dayton Air Show will also be getting a taste of the past this weekend with a World War II reenactment performance that's always a big hit. 2 News anchor Katie Houston back live at the airport with pilot Patrick Hutchins of Tora. Katie?
Hey Mark, it is super windy out here, but everybody says that's perfect. It's a great air show weather, and it will be a great weekend. It is looking like out here at the Dayton International Airport for the Veteran Dayton Air Show. You see the American flags flying in the wind, and this next performer really is all about the American patriotism. Patrick Hutchins is one of 8 pilots who performs with the Tora reenactment. Patrick, thank you for being out here with us. An oldie but a goodie. It has been 5 years since the reenactment has been out here in Dayton. Tell us about it.
It has been a few years, and we're glad to be back. We've been to Dayton many times over the 44 years that Tora has been doing this at air shows all over the country. And so, but to be back here is great because the weather's going to be terrific this weekend.
Describe the show. What will people see?
Our show is about a 12-minute long reenactment of the day Pearl Harbor was attacked, December 7th, 1941, which will be 75 years this December. And it's a living history lesson. Not sure how many schools still teach about this history, but kids can come to the air show and learn about history. It's several parts. It's our airplanes, it's the pyrotechnics that's going on while we're flying, and our narrator telling the story of that day.
And tell the story. It's pretty cool, just quickly, how you guys got your aircraft.
Well, 20th Century Fox built these airplanes to make the movie Tora that came out in 1970, I believe. And a collector bought several of them and donated them to what was called the Confederate Air Force in Harlingen, Texas, back in the early 70s. And a group of guys from Houston, including 3 of our fathers that did this for many years, we grew up watching them do it, they put this air show act together, flew it the first time in Galveston, Texas, 1972, and these airplanes are still doing air shows.
Going strong, and you alluded to it there, you were born into this show.
Yeah, I was 15 years old when my father started flying Tora, and well, that was 40 years ago.
And you said there's other guys, too, who have long family history with it.
Yes, there are 2 other second-generation pilots here this weekend. One of them's fairly young because he was only in his early 20s when he got started. So, yeah, it's it.
And, Patrick, I have to ask you, a lot of people might say the bombing of Pearl Harbor, one of the darkest days in American history. Why do you want to recreate it at air shows?
Well, it was one of the darkest days, and Americans have to remain vigilant. Just like 9/11, we cannot forget. When we're attacked, we have to remember so we can stay vigilant and try and keep any of that from happening again. And that's one reason we do it. The other reason we do it is to honor the veterans that were there that day. And our narrator, while he's narrating, will honor all the men and women that are in the active military as well as the veterans.
That is what it's about. Appreciate it. Patrick Hutchins, all the way from Texas, the great state of Texas, joining us here at the Dayton International Airport for the Veteran Dayton Air Show. Saturday and Sunday, we're 2 days away. So excited. Gates open at 9 o'clock every morning, close at 6 o'clock. Reporting live at the Dayton International Airport. Katie Houston, 5 on 2.